Well, I'm back. I'm back. It is Monday, July 24th, 2023. I wonder how many people are going to join me. Here we are, right before the noon hour, 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My goodness. Well, it's good to be home, but it's bittersweet having to leave Hatteras Island. It was just so wonderful. What a wonderful getaway. It was just so beautiful there. um, and tranquil. Richard, I was almost in New York yesterday as we were made it home through Pennsylvania and Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina. Washington almost went through New York, but it was too much out of the way. But it's good to be back. Good to be back. I see the Biden is still in office. I didn't look at the news for a whole week. I thought he would be imprisoned by now. Hunter is still doing what Hunter does, sniffing. Well, I guess dad and son have a problem with sniffing. I think or is it called snorting? I seen Joe, Sleepy Joe, with this little girl, and the little girl was terrified, and he's going up to her, looked like a rat. And the mother's there not knowing what to do. The kid is screaming, and then we got Hunter. 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 I think he was playing a harmonica. Do you think it was a harmonica? I don't know where my harmonica was. Maybe it was. Maybe he wasn't doing what we thought he was. Maybe it was a harmonica. I don't think so. But it's good to be back. Oh, my. Oh, the things what you see when you come back to Michigan, get off the island. That island is beautiful. We've seen the wild horses of Corolla. They came, they're from Spain, and they were left here after I guess the pirates or whatever they were shipwrecked. And the horses were left here, and they're still on the island. There's like 100 and some horses on the island. It's beautiful. We went on a tour to see the wild horses of Corolla. You can't touch them, you can't pet them because they're wild, and you got to stay 50 feet from the horses. But they were so beautiful. They all got names, and they were just beautiful. Christy went on the dolphin cruise. I didn't go on the cruise, but she went to see the dolphins, and I guess they weren't looking for dolphins, so I don't know. It was a party. She said it was a party cruise. But she had her binoculars, and she was looking for dolphins. I did see dolphins. I did see them right out our back window. I was sitting on the back porch where we were staying, and I could see them jumping out of the water. It was just amazing. The Atlantic Ocean, so big, and oh my. But back to Michigan, back to the daily grind, and back to the sadness and people in the inner cities and the plight of the homeless and people that are struggling. And oh my, I don't know. But I'm not sure what's happened to Ron the Sanctimonious. It's like he's slipping. It's like he doesn't have something he doesn't have, the pizzazz. But will that matter if they want to arrest Donald Trump? They want to put him in leg irons and in chains and whisk him away because he's the only threat to Sleepy Joe. But they can't let Sleepy Joe he can't become president again. He may not make it to, we pray not, but he may not make it to 24, Oh, back to Wicked, the witch of the Northwest, Gretchen, I tell you. Her name is Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer. I'll get you, my pretty. And your little dog too. I'll get you. I'll get you, Rob, and your little gun too. Oh, it's Rob, brother Rob. Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Good to be back. It's good to be back. Did you guys did you get a notification that I was on? I'm just curious because I didn't get one. There go the hearts, and we need the hearts and more hearts and more hearts. And put a one in the comment section if you love Pastor Dave. If you're glad I'm back, put a one in the chat. Put a number one in the chat. No, 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 my goodness. No, see, that's what they're doing. They're totally destroying my subscriber rate and my view counts. They're leaving me alone. That last video I did, I was testing the waters to see if they were going to give me a community guideline strike or something. But they're leaving me alone, but they're not letting anybody watch my stuff. They're trying to make it look like I'm not getting in. Well, people are watching, but they're making it look like on my end that nobody's watching. I'm getting more views to every video and that I do on Rumble. 3 times the amount over at Rumble than I get here. But it's Google. Now they've left me alone, but they fixed it so no one follows my channel. They fixed it so nobody sees the live stream or the videos, or they make it look to me like no one is seeing it. So I don't know, but it's getting so bad. It's getting so bad here. It was just so nice to get away and see people get along. And I didn't see one Target store on the island on the Cape Hatteras. You know, Target, where they target your children. That's why they got that bullseye on your child. They target them with pedophilia and all that stuff. Oh, thank you, Richard. Thank you. But I don't know. It was beautiful there. On one side of the island, the island is this big. And on this side, you got the Atlantic Ocean. This side, you got the Sound. There's still the Atlantic Ocean. This side, the waves are just crashing. And we went fishing, Christy and I. This side, the water is just calm, crashing. And all the houses are up on stilts. They're up in the air on stilts. Ours wasn't. It was a rental. But all the houses were up on stilts. And we went through Nag's Head, Kill Devil Hills, and Buxton is where we stayed. There's so many different parts of that island, but it's all kind of just, the island is kind of, we're not sure how many more years that island will be there. Nature is taking its course on the island, is getting shrinking. So, oh my, but had a hard time finding the number one in the phone because this phone is, oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Richard. Don't worry about it at all. Don't worry about it at all. Well, I guess I got more whistleblowers coming to be grilled in Washington. But what are they doing? They're not doing anything. Hunter gets a sweetheart deal, and they're not doing anything. And I understand there's been some, we're moving nuclear subs now into South Korea waters because of a threat by North Korea to use a nuclear attack on the South. So now we have nuclear subs in the waters. I guess that's the first time. This is for Richard 1. Yay! For the first time, nuclear subs in the waters of South Korea and Japan. So let me see if we can find. Oh, I'm sore all over. My legs, I've got edema in my legs. I found out what the sepsis had done to me. Having sepsis is when your blood, there's poison leaking into your bloodstream and it attacks the nervous system. I can't walk from the car down the beach to the water. I had to stop 3 times and sit. My left leg is swollen. Both legs are swollen with edema, and I have pain, nerve pain, and damage from being septic. So that's something I didn't know, that I was physically that bad off. I didn't know that I can't walk any distance. My legs give out, and I believe it's due from the sepsis. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers for that. I'm having surgery August the 3rd. I got to go get all the blood work tomorrow, and they're going to go into my chest and they're going to take out that recorder. They put a loop recorder in there to record to see if I'm going into AFib or not. And it's been in there too long. It's going to take that one out. It's been in there going on 3 years. So I can't drive. I got to have Christy drive me home, and the fun never ends. The fun never ends. But bear with me for a minute. Let's see. Let me take a peek. I'm running out of news sources anymore. Brother Rob is always sending me good stuff. Tom Brady and Arena, hot new romance. We don't care about their romance. What do we care about Tom Brady's romance? From Obama's estate on Martha Vineyard. 911 call from Obama's estate on Martha's Vineyard sparks a desperate search for paddle boarder 43 who went missing in the pond. $12 million property. I want to be president, because I guess you can make $12 million being president of the United States. Iran and everything is still going on. We are entering the important final stage of the Biden family probe, and impeachment is on the table for Attorney General Garland and possibly Biden. GOP eyes millions racked up by the Biden family as ex-Hunter associate, that's right, is expected to testify on Joe's involvement. That's supposed to be going on, I think. I know he was subpoenaed, I believe, this week. So, but they're not going to do anything. As long as the attorney, until and if the Democrats are out of power, the elite, until they are out of power, nothing. There's going to be no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. They're not going to be able to hold to account the corruption. The swamp needs to be drained. It doesn't need to have a plunger and plunge it. It needs a snake to go in and drain the swamp, and that's what we need. And I think the first time that Donald Trump was president, he let a lot of people, Hillary Clinton, to not stir up controversy. And even though they attacked him, he didn't know what he was in for. The whole Russia collusion and delusion and being impeached for making a phone call because he knew there was some corruption going on in Ukraine. So he wanted to ask about the corruption with Burisma, and the Democrats impeached him for what we now know happened. Can't they remove that off of his record, that blemish? Because he was right to call. That's normal. You can't get impeached for that. He was impeached for things that you can't be impeached for. He's being he's having arraignments and he's going to trial for things that you can't go to trial, things he didn't do. But what Biden and his son Hunter are doing, you should be impeached. You should be removed. There's the espionage. The espionage, funneling money from China, from Burisma, and $5 million for not the big guy anymore. Now we know that it's Joe Biden. We were wondering who is the big guy. Now there's no more wondering or scratching your head. We know We know who that is, but and that it's Joe Biden. But nothing will be done. The sweetheart deal Hunter got. They're trying. I seen a group today are going to the judge in Delaware trying to stop this plea deal and have this case looked at a little bit more independently. And so they're trying to stop the judgment for this plea deal because Hunter Biden is a criminal. The Bidens are criminal. They're criminal. But we're going to have to see how this all comes about. I'm waiting for the rapture of the church, and I am just waiting and waiting, and I'm waiting patiently. I see, we've been waiting such a long time, and there's people on YouTube. They've come and they've gone. Some are still around, and we wonder whatever happened to them. And some were exploiting the rapture, and they were just terrible. We had one lady. I don't see her anymore. She had quite a few followers, and she said that Jesus was coming in a UFO mothership. The angels are coming in regular flying saucers, and so the children don't get scared. The angels are flying saucers. They're going to pick up the children, and Jesus is coming for us, the adults, in the mothership. And people were buying this. They were buying this left and right, and this lady was getting more and more popular, and more and more subscribers, viewers and subscribers in the billions, not millions, billions, because people were buying into this nonsense. I've seen so much nonsense. I seen this one other lady, and I did videos on her, and she was walking in the jungle, and a T-Rex, a dinosaur, a T-Rex walked by her, and Jesus was laughing, and people were eating it up like candy, like candy, like candy, like candy. And another one, the rapture kitty. I mean, oh my goodness. She said that she had, I can't even say it. I can't say it. Not because of community guidelines. I think it's so blasphemous. She said she had a intimate, I'm going to put it as gentle as I can. Not because children are watching, it's just because it's disgusting. She said she had a intimate relationship with Jesus, the type of relationship that a husband and wife have when they consummate their marriage. So she said she had that type of an act with Jesus, and people bought it. They bought it hook, line, and sinker. And then the other one, Anita Fluentes, now it's Anita Hernandez, all of the $1 million scam she put out. And none of these people were helping homeless. They were not like Paul Begley. They weren't helping anyone that was homeless. They were helping themselves. Anita Fluentes, then she divorced her husband. She was an ex before she became a preacher on YouTube. She was a stripper dancing on a pole dancer, stripper. Found Jesus or found YouTube and seen the money flying. So she started her own ministry. Finally, she got caught because all of the donations that went to her went to buy this mansion in Texas. I think it was Texas. I could be wrong. So she's got this $1 million made, like Begley made $1 million. Begley had nothing. He was from the cornfields of Indiana. They were just getting by. His wife was Catholic, and she worked for the Catholic Archdiocese, and still does work for the Catholic Archdiocese as a nurse. But I think she's retired now because, YouTube pays millions of dollars. And he was a salesman. Now he's a millionaire because of people giving him money. I remember him. All right, get out your checkbook, get your checkbook out, write a check to Paul Begley, prophecy.com. And he's sitting back laughing. And the same with Anita Fuentes. Then they get a divorce, and then now she's Anita Hernandez still raking in the people eating it like candy. That would be like me coming on and being totally bizarre, out of this world, dye my hair green or purple, and tell you that I spent my vacation. I really didn't go to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. I didn't go to the Sound. I went on a starship. I went on a starship. Jesus was the pilot, and Moses was the co pilot, and Michael the archangel was guiding everyone onto the ship. And we went to Planet Heaven. And it was like Planet Fitness, only everything was gold. People would eat that like candy. This chat room would all of a sudden, just like this, be filled with millions of people if I pulled a fast one on all of the viewers and subscribers. But because I've been honest, because I actually go out and help the homeless, we don't have no followers. We don't have no one watches the videos. And I tell the truth. I don't care if they delete me. I don't care if they take my channel down. I've got a channel going on over at Rumble. I'm getting 3 times the amount of views at Rumble. So I'm just hanging on for you guys. Hopefully someone will hear the message and hear the truth that Jesus is not coming in the spaceship. He's the Lord over your life. He's the only one that can save you. He's the only one that can save you. Let me receive text from revenue cyclists. Dropped out. Hold on, I'm getting all these spam texts. Spam. Enough you get spam phone calls. I'm getting spam text. See? Oh, then if you reply stop, it'll. Did you know that if you get spam text and you reply stop, they'll stop sending you the spam. It's just getting so bad. It's just getting so ridiculous. But I wanted to come on here and spend some of the morning with you guys. Where is Heidi? I'm worried about her. We're going to have to come back tonight at 7. I'm worried about Heidi. I know she was in Arizona, I think, at 115 degrees in Arizona. It was so hot. It was so hot in North Carolina, in the Outer Banks on the island. It's an actual island. But you open the door like 6 in the morning, and the heat just hit you. It just hit you in the face. It was a hot, high humidity, hot heat. Opening the door at 6 in the morning, and 85 degrees when you wake up, and it just hits you like a bolt of lightning, like a lightning bolt. But that can't even compare to what Arizona, 115 degrees. People are being rushed to the hospital for 3rd-degree burns because they walked on the asphalt. Your shoes melt at 115 degrees. Your shoes melt. Now, I'm not into this whole global warming nonsense. I know what that's all about, but it's hot, let me tell you, because there's so many money scams and some of these evangelists YouTube saying things that aren't true. Just, yeah, clickbait. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I could get more people in if I could. I can't even think of clickbait to bring people in. Jesus, interviewing Jesus live at 12 o'clock. This whole room would be filled. But you got people that have done that. They've done that. Doc Kids, another YouTuber. Doc Paul Kidd. Is he still around? Talk about the clickbait. He was the king of clickbait. The king of clickbait. Bizarre titles. Way out. Bizarre titles. And then whatever happened to what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name now. That did the Scotty. Remember Scotty Clark? What happened to him? He had the promise of the rapture. He missed it 3 years in a row and then disappeared. He had the whole thing with the lady cloaked in the sun and the moon at her feet, and but it didn't. It didn't work, and he gave a false rapture dates. He actually gave the dates over and over and over. I hear your barking, Cheeto. Love you too. I hear you bark. Yeah, he's there somewhere. Chloe, the old girl, the old whiner rhymer, she came busting through, and I know the other two are out there. Oh yeah, I hear him now. You'll hear him go, "Oh, Cheeto, oh, Cheeto, come here." We call him Cheesy Dog or Chester Cheese or Cheeseburger. All the dogs have more than one name. So Cheeto is Chester Cheese, Cheesy, Cheeseburger, the Cheeto Bandito, Bambibo. Um, then we've got Skooks, a Scooty Patootie. He's got the, all the dogs have, and Chloe, Miss Chloe, Cloinator, they come to all the names. Unless, if I want them to come so I can get them to howl, they won't come. If I didn't want them to come, they come busting through and want to be on the camera. So that's how that goes. But anyhow, anywho, um, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I guess they're coming out with more disclosure. We're talking about aliens and more proof that the government knows something, but they're not aliens. We know what they are. But I'm going to try to come back. I want to try to get some videos out today. And love you, Richard and Rob. And I was worried about um, Heidi. Where has she been? She was always the first one in the chat, always number one. And I hope she's okay. I'm pray that she's okay. All right. I love you guys. Heidi, if you're if you're listening, leave a comment, send me a message, something, so I know that you're all right. All right, crew, get ready. Don't get ready for the spaceship. If you see a mothership coming, it's not Jesus. Run. It's not Jesus. It's not. I'll see you guys later today. God bless.